Hello my fellow Nightcrawlers, welcome to a brand new video. As usual, grab your blankets and grab your snacks and get comfortable because today we're going into the Japanese urban legend called Hachishaku-sama, or also known as 8 feet tall. I feel like this one would be very interesting to cover simply because of the fact that, Resident Evil 8 just came out and my queen, my sugar plum, my beloved Lady Dimitrescu, it reminds me of her. This person reminds me of her. So this Lady Dimitrescu, if you're watching this, shout this out to you. This entire video is just for you. Absolutely, 100%. In all seriousness, though, this one actually did just seem really interesting. I just happened to stumble across it when I was looking for another urban legend to dive into, and I'm super excited to talk about it. So enough of my blabbering. Let's just hop in. As I mentioned before, Hachishaku-sama, or also known as 8 feet tall, I'm going to call her 8 feet tall because I don't have to say that full name every single time, is a Japanese urban legend. This person takes the appearance of a strangely tall female, but has a very deep and masculine voice. The 8 foot tall woman wears a very long white dress and has this very wide brimmed white hat as well, with this dark, long black hair. And most of the depictions that you see of her hair tends to fall down a little bit more toward the waistline than anything. The 8 foot tall woman tends to prey a little bit more on children. It doesn't really want to go after adults. So I'm thinking around maybe the ages of like 10 and younger, most likely going to be preyed upon, maybe 12 and younger. If you're in the teen years, I don't know. Most of the stories that I tend to hear online of this thing are more of the fact that I was just a wee lad in the lands, and then big lady. Something that's very common in the stories that you hear with her is that she repeats this phrase, not even a phrase, just a singular word over and over again, and it's po. And it's in a very, as I said, deep and more masculine voice. It's unclear why she says these things, but that's one of the only reported signs of communication that the lady really says. In order to get her victims, she usually stalks the kids for a few days or even a few months at a time. And once there's a moment where the kid is separated from the family, she'll strike and take him and go find a place and kill him. The goals of this spirit aren't very clear. There seems to be no real reason why this spirit wants to murder children. It's more out of maybe just passion and just wanting to do it. Now, I bet a lot of you are thinking right now, Caden, did you really just flip on the camera and make this video because this person kind of looked like Lady Dimitrescu? And in all honesty, I want to take a moment and pause. If you thought that I would go out of my way to flip on my camera, turn on Audacity for my audio, and pull up images of the 8 foot tall woman because she looked like Lady Dimitrescu, you are absolutely right. I'm just saying. Something that I found very interesting when looking into this is the fact that a lot of Japanese urban legends, in terms of showing a humanoid somewhat ghost, a lot of it tends to embody the person as having super white skin or having dark black hair on top of having super white pasty skin. Now, I'm unsure if it's because we associate ghosts with kind of being a little bit white, transparent, you can see through them, but you look at films like The Grudge, for example, the spirit ghost demon thing was full white, black hair, solid black eyes. Well, I'm pretty sure it had other parts of the eye, but basically black eyes, right? And it's just really interesting that a lot of these spirits and stuff like that kind of have this same attire or wardrobe in a way. I tried to do some research on it and I didn't really have much going for me. If you know why this kind of tends to be, let me know. I think it tends to fall into the idea of ghosts tend to have a more white-ish appearance, so maybe that's why, but I could be totally wrong. Feel free to correct me. Okay, Caden, you've gone off on a spiel as much as you can. How exactly do you counter her? With the slit-mouthed woman, just throw some hard candies or throw a 20 at her and you're good. How do you counter this chick? You don't? Yeah, I know. You can't really counter this lady. It's not like the slit-mouthed woman. Here, chick, take a 20 and you're good. There is, at least from the research that I've done, there seems to be absolutely nothing with countering her or getting away from her. I'm pretty sure maybe it falls more into the idea of like recognize her and stay away from her if you're a kid. But in terms of like distracting her or finding something else for her to worry about, no, she's gonna basically want to stalk you and then get to you. The reason I tend to believe that a lot of it is mainly just evading this person is because of this story that I read online. This young girl was sitting in her garden playing in the backyard while her grandparents were inside. And on the other side of this hedge in their backyard, she saw this figure wearing this white hat peering kind of above the hedge with the repeating sound, po, po, po. Now, the lady, of course, kind of revealed herself to the child, and the kid's like, Ayo, what's going on? I don't like this. And then the woman just decided to be like, all right, that was just a little teaser. See you next week. And then just left. Of course, the child's like, okay, what just happened? So the child goes inside and talks to the grandparents like, hey, yo, grandma, you're not going to believe what I just saw. And they're like, wait, whoa, hold on, take a step back. What sound was this person making? How tall was this woman? And so then they, of course, explain to the child like, hey, look, you probably just ran into this Lady Dimitrescu looking woman, so be careful and whatnot. You could have died. So it seems like the only real way to counter this being is to just like walk away or hope that she walks away. So it's kind of like a roll of the dice, if you will. Frankly, you should just assume that she's not gonna walk away and you should kind of start like leaving. And that's all that there really is to know about this spirit. There's not too much online. There's only a few occasional stories that I found and a few sites kind of telling me a little bit about the lady. But what do you think about this urban legend? Real? Fake? Let me know in the comments below. Before we hop into the end segment though, I would like to thank all of my Patreons for their amazing support. Caden, Dark Moon 2, Christopher, Lilac Clover, Snake Girl, Rylan, and Lint. I want to thank all of you for your very kind and generous contributions to the channel. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not like and subscribe? It definitely helps me out. If you didn't, why not dislike and let me know what I can improve on for next time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all in the next one.